Navarro of Northwestern.
And we saw Cooper Flynn on Friday get a huge win, able to get a 7-point move with just 5 seconds left in the match, trailing 2 to get the victory. Not sure if there's a little bit of an injury, but able to get a ranked win, a big win for him. But Quincy Hulverson getting his second opportunity, his second career dual start, but a big opportunity for the Wildcats.
Hulverson, the redshirt sophomore out of Tia, South Dakota, taking on Dedrick Navarro of Nampa, Idaho. Navarro 12-8 on the year, 2-1 in the Big Ten. His only loss coming against then #1 Matt Ramos of Purdue.
And Ramos has been on a tear this season as Navarro just got in the way.
Navarro got the first takedown here of this match and of the second half of our action today. Thanks for joining us here this afternoon. Bit of an early start on Big Ten Plus. Navarro coming off major decision victories against both Illinois and Michigan. So to your point, Hayden, trying to get some bonus points here as well.
Yeah, and he's done a really good job on top right now. That's where he wants to be. But a couple good mat returns right there, but trying to get some sort of tilt, trying to get that wrist to the hip and lock it up for a tilt. Haven't been able to do so. I really liked what he did on that takedown right here. You're going to see right here, just gets to the legs, able to get to the other side and just drive through and get the 3.
Hulverson coming off what was a quiet second year on campus. He's got a 2-13 career record, but 10 of those matches came in his redshirt year as a freshman.
Yeah, wrestled in a couple opens this season. Hasn't seen a ton of action, but made the trip this weekend. And you always got to have your guys ready to go. And Dedrick Navarro, you look at it, the record's a little shaky here and there, but he is capable of winning some big matches. His style is very fun to watch, and he's going to catch one of these good wrestlers sometime. I think he's going to make a name for himself here as a Wildcat.
Went 1-1 in the Big Ten in limited conference dual opportunities last year. Now very much the man at 125 for Northwestern. But a throw here. No points from it yet, but asserting control here in the first period.
Yeah, he's been so good on top. A really good mat return. He could have right here. He gets that far wrist. He's trying to jack his hips up and try and get a tilt, but good hand fighting on bottom from Hulverson.
1 minute remaining in the period.
Lots of cheering coming from the Minnesota bench.
Get out of bounds right there, and Navarro doing a really good job of riding him out, but just not able to get that tilt. Be interested to see how this second and third period go. I really want to see him do more on his feet, but maybe in the scouting report, that's what they know on Hulverson, maybe a guy that can get it done on his feet, but Navarro doing a really good job in this top position.
It's also interesting to see on the Minnesota bench, Brandon Eggum, their head coach, has not been the most vocal guy through a lot of these matches. It's been more the assistants. Lots of talking from Eggum for his young, relatively inexperienced wrestler here at 125.
And he knows it's a good opportunity for him. It's a great opportunity to get any sort of match time, any sort of air time, and he wants him to make the most of it. That's the kind of coach that Coach Eggum is, just a great coach right here. And finally getting that takedown, getting that tilt, and he's getting those back points. He got a couple before going out of bounds. Might have gotten lucky. I think Navarro might have been on outside that circle. That was close. We're going to see a look right there. I think, right there.
Yeah.
Maybe just a little bit, able to stay in bounds, gets a 3-point near fall. With 20 seconds to go, gets a caution right there.
Referees must have said that right shoulder was still above the purple area, because certainly we saw there on the replay that right shoulder blade came off the mat.
Navarro's such a twitchy athlete. You see him ready to get going and gets that caution early. Here needs a mat return right now.
Does not want to let Hulverson get a cheap escape point here with 10 seconds to go in the first period. And a really strong showing here in the opening 3 minutes at 125 for Dedrick Navarro.
Yeah, and he got that tilt again, just not able to hold on to it. He's getting that tilt on the edge of the mat, and it's really tough to keep a guy in bounds over there. So good defense there from Hulverson. Hulverson not really able to get up to his feet much in the bottom position, but he's done a really good job getting to the wrist, getting away from the strong hands of Dedrick Navarro.
As time will wind out in period 1. And you made the point, Hayden, it does feel like if Navarro is able to get into one of those tilt positions simply closer to the middle of the mat, that Hulverson could be in some real trouble.
Yeah, absolutely, and we're going to see him on top right here. Try to, get some more riding time. He really feels comfortable in that top position, not going back to his feet at all. As there was a lot of opportunity for him to cut in that period.
Approaching 3 minutes already on the riding time counter. Looking for any opportunity to roll Hulverson here.
Look at Navarro really trying to get that far wrist and bring it back to that other hip. And that's where he's trying to get that tilt, but doing a really good job right here. But now Hulverson flat on the mat. This is where when you got those elbows, when you're sprawled out on the mat like that, that's where you're going to see a lot of those stalling warnings right here.
Hulverson was able to free that right arm. Protect it comes the cry from the Minnesota bench.
Right there, good tilt, uses that wrist, a strong showing there from Navarro, getting it done on top. That riding time point is now secured, and that shows you how important it is to let that build up. Effectively an 11-0 lead right now. One more tilt could end in a technical fall, and it likely will right here.
And it's a pin! We've got our first fall of the day. Nice exclamation point for Dedrick Navarro. The Wildcats are on the board. He's pumping up the crowd. Boy, did the home side need that.
And that was huge, and you talked about it on the break. Dedrick Navarro was gonna have to do something special right here. Gets that tilt, and that's a tough position to do. He had the technical fall, but we're gonna see it right here. If he just holds it right here, doesn't get the fall, that's a tech fall, but able to get in position to sit those hips